Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to another episode of the Oi, Let's Talk podcast. I feel like it has been a hot second since we've sat our cute little asses in these chairs.
It feels like forever.
Why are you looking at me like that?
I don't know.
It feels like we haven't been here in like 2 years, but it's actually only been about a month.
But a lot has happened in the last 2 months.
Yeah.
As in life updates, travel, all of it.
Everything. The first thing that we want to talk about is you got your ring.
Love.
Absolute. Can we show the camera? Is there a way that we can do this?
I can try to zoom in.
Yeah.
That's
Maybe
as
when we
good as I've
edit,
got.
we can pop a little photo
I'll
of
do
the
that.
ring up close.
Yeah, I'll do that.
So everyone can see.
I love it so much. I might actually have to get it resized, but I'm not ready to take it off my hand to give it to somebody. I just want to enjoy it for a little
She's
bit.
a little bit big, but she's stunning.
She's beautiful.
She's beautiful.
Ben's done so well.
She's beauty and grace, isn't she? Okay, so what have we been doing, guys?
Well,
we have done a lot.
We've had 2 weeks, almost 2 weeks for me, a little bit longer for you, in Bali together.
Yeah.
Still love each other after that, which is great.
Actually, funny, we did some anonymous questions and somebody asked, like, do you guys ever fight or have you ever had an argument? And Gemma goes, have we? And I was like, no. And then she proceeded to call me a rat bitch.
No,
so that was our first argument, guys.
It's just what I feel like sometimes.
I mean, fair.
And it's in the most endearing way possible, you
It's
little
out of
rat.
love.
But I think that if we fought, I'd probably cry. But in all seriousness, I feel like we are very good from the get-go of deciding that if we're each other's people, that we're going to have really good communication. Because even if if I was ever unsure, I'd just be like, hey, like I would never let that ruminate.
Yeah.
I would always ask you.
Like
and
when we were in Bali and I was so we stayed in a villa and we all had different rooms.
That's a good example.
And I was in my room and I just get a WhatsApp message from Gemma being like, hi, just a question. Do you still love me?
And you've done it to me as well a couple
do.
of times. But sometimes it's
You
just
need
like
the reassurance.
It's just the reassurance. And like also because we are very big on like doing lots of things, but then also having our own space, it's just nice to be like, are we just doing that? Or if somebody fucked
or
up?
do we just hate each other?
I don't know, but it's just reassurance. But then I don't know. I feel like we are on the same wavelength with a lot of things.
Yeah.
And if we had an issue, our friendship would override that by our
Absolutely.
want to actually work through it.
And also as well, I have no filter. I don't know if you guys know this by now.
They know.
But Kate, zero filter Morris.
Yeah.
And I feel like if you do something that's annoying, I'm like, what are you doing? Why are you doing that? Like, I'll
Yeah.
just say it straight away. And you're like, oh, fuck, I didn't realize. And you do the same to me. So
Yeah.
it's like, whatever.
But I have a lot of respect for that because I'd rather you be like, what the fuck, than me just... And then you're like, what about 4 weeks ago when you fucked up? Like, I wouldn't know. Like, you know what I mean? I want you to tell me because we're not... Like, I'm going to fuck up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So to answer your question in a long-winded way, guys, no, we have never had an argument. We don't plan on having an argument. And when we do, the podcast will be the first to know about it. So
For sure.
stay tuned.
I'm scared. No, but I feel confident with where we're at.
So, little life update. I know that we just mentioned we went to Bali, but we were in Bali for 2 to 2.5-ish weeks teaching for the Women's Fitness Academy, which was fucking sick.
I had such a good time.
Such a good time. What topics did you teach so the people listening know?
I taught online coaching fundamentals. So rather than just glorifying online coaching, I wanted to actually just have practical tips of how you can deliver that to a high level because it's heavily unregulated. So I wanted to be like, how can you actually replicate what you give in person online? So I went through all of that as well as just practical tips. And I also covered in a gym setting shoulder health and upper body. So modifying, regressing, progressing upper body movements. And then when you do your cert 3 and 4, I know a lot of it's on paper. So I really wanted to get the girls in a gym to actually show them like, this is how I would do it. This is how I would cue it. Making sure you're speaking to the gen pop and not overcomplicating things. And I really enjoyed both of them.
I only came to one of your workshops. You did not come and watch any of mine. But anyway,
You told me not to.
Whatever, we'll talk about that off the podcast. No, I'm kidding. Me being an absolute savage.
Oh my God.
Gemma's going to cry.
I'll be lying in bed later. I'll be like, she told me not to, but maybe she meant maybe it was a test.
No, it was fine. Yeah, I came to the first one, the online coaching, and it was fucking off its dick good. It was really good.
I really enjoyed it. I also learned how I want to do it a bit better. There's a few things I wanted to add to the slides, but that's the only way you do anything. So was really happy, got good feedback, but I wanted to just make couple more fancy slides to make it even better next time.
But how fucking cool is that? Like diving in the deep end, doing it, data collecting, doing it bigger and better next time.
For sure.
For any coaches listening along that run their own businesses, that's some good fucking advice, isn't it?
Yeah. And if I was obsessed about, like, even though I'm happy with how it was, but if I was like, it had to be this level straight away, then I'd never do anything.
Nah.
So I was just like, cool, let's do this. Practiced, was really happy with it. And then I sat the day after and I was like, cool, a few of the questions I got were really good questions. I'm going to add that to it next time. And I was like, that's how I want to think about with everything.
Slay.
And yours?
I taught nutrition, actually, which is
the basics.
Fucking wild. Like it's like back to my roots. So for anyone who doesn't know, I'm a qualified nutritionist, did my degree, worked as a nutritionist in a healthcare clinic before getting into like business and fitness and all of that. So actually teaching that, I really loved it.
Yeah.
I realized, like, obviously nutrition I'm still really passionate about, but actually being able to teach it and like facilitate that workshop, I was like, fuck yeah, this feels really good. It's just like my bread and butter, which is really nice.
And not just that, like every time we talk to clients or just like our friends or family or whatever, the one thing that I think overarches like lifestyle changes and people getting stuck, it's always comes back to nutrition. Like the hardest thing. Like people can smash all of the other like facets, but they're just like, nutrition's really hard. So I was like, it's so good you get to cover that in like a digestible way.
And also, digestible and simplifying it. Like I feel like a lot of people, when they get into a health and fitness journey and they start paying attention to their nutrition, or they read things online, nutrition is always fucking overcomplicated and it doesn't need to be. It's actually really simple at a base level.
Yeah.
But the thing that I really loved teaching these girls was like, whatever rules you as a coach have around your food, you will subconsciously push onto your clients.
Yeah.
And I think that this is probably a big topic. Honestly, we could make a whole fucking podcast and it's not about that today.
Yeah.
But it is really cool to recognize, like, okay, if you're moving into the coaching space or you're hiring a coach, what are the rules that they have around their food and what are they subconsciously pushing onto me? So moving in a neutral state.
Yeah, and that's a big one with like having a different options with clients that suit an array of different lifestyles and goals, because an example that I've seen quite a lot and I am aware of is like, if I was a Gen Pop client and then I really like the look of this coach, right? Because maybe they're like goals, but they're a competitor and they're really rigid because that's what's needed with their sport. Just make sure that they are able to coach not just that rigid way, because that's what they do. And of course that gets them really good results for that desired goal, but it's not going to be suitable for literally 90% of the population. And that's when I think it can become overcomplicated.
And also when, like, in this case, we were obviously teaching new personal trainers who haven't been in the industry before. So they're probably not going to go out balls to wall comp prep coaching people. No. Like it's probably going to be Gen Pop. So yeah, I think that was really fun for me. And then I obviously taught business, which was around like social media, marketing, leverage, all of that shit, which is just like, I could talk about that in my fucking sleep. Really bread and butter, both the topics, but it was really cool. What else is news? There's one other thing that's really exciting. I'm going to be an auntie.
That's so exciting.
Which I actually, I feel like I was born to be an auntie.
You know that like meme / saying where it's like, just that auntie that travels. She's really like elusive. She's just traveling all the time and she gets really good presents for her nieces and nephews. That'll just be you rolling in.
On a yacht, sailing the Croatian seas.
For sure.
Bringing the kid with me. It's going to be an absolute fucking slay if you ask me. And I'm so excited. So we have my brother's baby shower on the weekend, which is really, really exciting. And his partner, Abby, shout out to her if she listens to the podcast. If she doesn't, you're cut. Not kidding. I know. I actually love that bitch so much. Yeah. So she is due very, very soon, which I'm really excited about. And that's kind of my life update.
Love. Yeah. Love all of that. Bali was so good. I can't wait to do more of that next year.
Yeah, next year we're on.
Just a side note.
Yeah.
Queenstown.
What the fuck are you talking
Potentially.
about? Oh, yeah. Me
like,
having an actual brain.
Like, I would love, just manifesting this. It's December 2025. We've gone to Bali for work. We've gone to Queenstown, New Zealand for work. And we've done multiple other things.
What can't we do?
I'm just putting that out there. That's going to be reflecting in a year's time.
Absolutely.
My news, Ben and I bought a house.
Slay.
And today we went furniture shopping just before we recorded this episode. And it's all very exciting. And I haven't really spoken about this, but it's been like an 18 plus month process. I won't go too deep, but it's just like seeing something not being right, going to opens, all of that. It's quite a like up and down experience.
You guys have been looking for fucking ages.
Yeah, it's been a big thing. And I've felt like when I get to that, then I'll do a few other things. So I've kind of been waiting for that base.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited. There's obviously going to be an amazing house party. Can't wait. You're sleeping over and everyone's sleeping over. And it's just going to be the best. I just can't wait for that chapter.
What a life, like ticking off fucking life goals, girlfriend.
I was doing the, like 2023 review. Like I started writing one in my notes that I'll post probably start of December. And even though social media is very much a highlight reel, right? Like I'm not talking about the times when I've been sad. I probably should talk more in this highlight reel because otherwise it just looks like everything's perfect. But fuck yeah, this year's been big. Like went on the show, traveled, did Europe for the first time, got engaged, started this, like so much good stuff has happened.
Like everything.
Like it honestly feels like a really transformative year.
Man, you, not
just me. I don't want to just talk about me.
Hold on.
What?
I feel very blessed to be a part of the journey because I've watched from the sidelines just you fucking ticking goals left, right and center.
Do you know the sick thing that's wrong with my brain? Not really wrong, but I'm like, I could probably do more.
Oh, absolutely. I'm the same. I'm like, fuck yeah, I've done all these things. And I'm like, what's next?
Yeah, but it's like, I try. That's why I went through the list because I was like, otherwise I'll just like wash past it and be like, what's happening
and
next?
Celebrating your wins, obviously we've spoken to this on the podcast before, but it is very, very, very important, especially in business or even if you just work like a 9 to 5. Like celebrating the things that you do in your life means that you have like bigger goals, achievements and things that you can work towards, but you're not just fucking skimming over.
Because I think we both have that self-awareness of both being like, let's fucking do stuff and like being really motivated, and then good things are happening along the way, but we have to catch each other out from being like, oh, that's just that, when it's actually something massive. Yeah. So we both,
I mean, like you just dropping in like, just me and Ben bought a house, lol. Like just skipping over a fucking huge
and like the
house.
I'll wait for another episode, maybe when we move in. Yeah. But I have a cute story about the house. And like I told you about during COVID, like Ben like finding houses and talking to people.
We'll do a whole episode on that.
But it was just very wholesome.
Yeah. He's what a vibe. Yeah. We love Ben if he's listening. Does he listen to our podcast actually?
Surely.
If he doesn't,
he's out.
He's done. I'm moving into the house. He's out. Oh, that's actually one more thing. Sorry, before we continue. I babysat Finn.
Oh, he's actually a little rat.
He is a little asshole in the best way possible.
Mm-hmm. Don't get offended by that. No, but like I was on the plane and you were messaging me and you were like...
Can I tell that story? Actually, it's our podcast. We can do whatever we want.
What the fuck we want.
Okay, guys, we need to paint a picture. So
paint the picture of me literally lining up to board the plane.
Yeah, okay, so let's backtrack for a second though, because Gemma was going away to beautiful Hamilton Island, which she didn't invite me on, rude, but whatever. We'll talk about that another time as well. I'm kidding. It wasn't actually her trip to invite me on. Anyways, they were going to Hamilton Island and she posted on her Instagram story being like, does anyone want to house sit or dog sit Finn? And I was like, well, why didn't you just message me? Of course I do. This is my time to shine. So I took Finn for like, I think it was 4 days.
Yes,
was it? Anyways, he is the cutest thing. If you guys don't know who Finn is, it's Gemma's dog, obviously. Bull terrier.
Yeah.
Mini bull terrier. Very, very cute. Beautiful, sweetest little angel, but also a stubborn little asshole.
Yeah.
Like doesn't listen. Well, he does, but like he just picks and chooses if he wants to listen to me or not.
Yeah.
Anyways, so it's been not even 24 hours. Finn stayed at my house. He had a really good night, whatever. Woke him up in the morning, took him out for a walk. We went to the cafe. He got lots of pats. Everyone loved him. He loved everyone. We got home. And because he was really razzed up, he's obviously a boy dog.
Yeah.
And his whole penis, like when I say I can't do the gesture, but like his whole dick and balls, it was almost like a degloving.
I actually hate that word.
Sorry.
That's the worst word.
I have no other way to explain it.
But that's what it was. Like, just imagine inverted. We're not going to go on... I'm not going to go on this topic for too long because it actually makes me ill. But it was inverted. It's happened once before at home and I panicked.
I also panicked because I'm an incredible dog mum. I'm giving myself that title, except this is not my dog, right? No. So I'm like, Gemma's at the airport. She's boarding. She's probably in the baggage thing. I took a photo because I fucking panicked.
I also Googled that, like, if it doesn't go back in, there can be a decapitation.
Oh my
because
God.
of restricted blood loss
flow.
and then like
Oh,
it just
yeah.
falling off. Like that's the very worst case scenario. So I'm getting on this plane being like, what the fuck? Like having to go to emergency. I was like, surely not. Just put him in cold water.
Yeah, so amongst the panic of this being like, this isn't my dog, what the fuck do I do? I don't want to stress Gemma out because she's going on a holiday. I'm like, I
What a
call
burden.
Armand and I'm like, Armand, what the fuck do I do? Like his dick and whole balls are out. Like, what do I do? And Armand's like, babe, I don't fucking know. I've never owned a boy dog before. Call Gemma. And I'm like, I don't want to call Gemma and freak her out. 2 seconds later, I was like, well, I'm going to have to call his mum. So I called Gemma. I'm like, what do I do? And Gemma's like, this has happened once before. Put him in cold water. So then picture me trying to yeet Finn up the stairs, but I can't pick him
touch him
up
properly.
because his willy is out. And also, like, I didn't want it to touch me. I was like, ugh. Like, do not touch me.
We're in unison.
Literally. And then I got him upstairs finally. And I just had to spray the poor dog with cold water and he hated me for it, but it went away. So there was no emergency vet. There was no decapitation. But it was
I'll
fucked.
honestly never leave him with you
Like,
again because what a burden.
no.
No, him on you, not you. You're the best.
I love him. Anyways, other than that, we had the best 4 days ever. He got fed like
Also,
I feel it steaks,
you know how
chicken.
Do you know how like when dogs get taken to like a homestead or whatever, they're really depressed. And
he was not depressed.
The opposite happened. I picked him up and he didn't want to be there.
you.
He wanted to go back.
Yeah.
And then Ben's like, what, does he not love us? And I was like, Ben, he literally has lived with Kate getting like 1 to 2 walks a day. And last night they fed him an eye fillet. He's like, fuck. Like now he's warm to us again. But there was a good day where he was just like looking out the door, just waiting to go back.
He was waiting for me to pick him up and be his knight in shining armor.
Let's get into some icks.
Yeah. That was a very long-winded intro, guys. But honestly, we haven't been in this room in a minute.
No,
and I
and
feel like we always need a life recap.
No, we do. And you guys did not disappoint with, we submitted, you guys submitting, I said submit a couple times. We asked you to submit your icks and you did not hold back. Some of them are very niche and they're actually hilarious.
Guys, I am thoroughly impressed with how you got... I think
Detail.
I've got like... I reckon there's like 80 to 90 icks.
I need to get the anonymous question box.
You know what? It's the anonymous because it gives people the opportunity to be fucking weirdos without
sure.
holding back.
For sure.
They don't have a name to it and it's great. And not that we would call anyone out on the podcast
No.
anyways. Like anything you guys ever submit to us is always
private.
through anonymously.
Yeah.
Just reiterating that. But fuck me, these are so good. Okay.
You go, let's do one each.
Actually, what's your biggest ick? Because I have a very niche ick, but somebody said my ick in this, which I was very shook by.
This is hard because I looked through some of these and I was like, yep, that'll do it.
Yep, that'll do it, doll. Okay, I'm going with mine.
You have to go. Yeah, I'll think on it.
My biggest ick in life, and me and the girls in Bali the previous time to you coming, literally were at a cafe and they were fucking dying over this. So picture a man. A lot of these icks are to do with men. For any of the men listening, we fucking love you. We love you. It's not an attack. Don't take it personally, Illy.
And another thing, if I love someone, they can have all the icks in the world.
It doesn't matter.
Because I love them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Icks what? Blind to the icks.
I'm blind. Here you go.
So my specific niche ick is like picture a man in a t-shirt
I've got one. You
without underwear on and his penis is doing this. So he's like, think this is the t-shirt
go. Yeah.
and this is his penis. For anyone not watching this, you're going to have to fucking look at the YouTube video.
Where are their pants?
He's not wearing any.
Why is
so
he not
he's,
wearing pants?
He's just like when they're getting
At
changed
home.
at home.
Oh, I thought you meant
he's
in a
got a
social
t-shirt
setting.
on, and then his little
The
willy
little legs
is
are
just
there.
popping
No.
out next to his little legs underneath his t-shirt.
No.
Ick.
That's gross.
Disgusting.
Mine was like sandals where the toes are over the edge. Like they're pushed towards the edge. Like, you know what I mean? If someone was like standing ordering coffee and then
Yeah,
they were just like
yuck.
off that.
It's
No.
like, are they too big or too small?
Make up
because
your
like
mind.
the heel, there's space in the heel, right?
Yeah.
So like either push them back or get like what's happening?
Like get it sorted.
Get a grip.
I'm going to kick it off with some
And
of the submissions.
Another ick, sorry, yellow pillows. Like men when they don't have pillowcases on their pillows.
There's
and it's like
so
that
many
moldy
bedding related ones in
yellow
this.
pillow.
Oh, yellow, not like an actual colour yellow.
No,
as in
like
they've gone
as in
yellow.
It's just gone yellow.
Nah.
Like, you know, there's an expiry date on pillows, guys.
Yeah, it's printed.
It's
I
printed on
discovered
there.
that a little while ago and then I
You
went,
told me
yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like 2 or 3 years. I think it's like less than 2 years actually after when you buy them. Like every 2 years you go through a new pillow.
And I can tell you guys, if you're staying at some guy's house, that crusty, dusty man with a yellow pillow, it is probably 6 years past its expiry date.
That's fucked up.
Disgusting. Anyways, okay, go.
Guys that wear no-show socks.
That's one of my icks for sure.
But I can really specifically imagine just like something that needs a sock, and then there's just a socket.
Yeah.
And then there's just the naked ankle, and then there's like a tight pant.
Do you know what it is though? It's not actually, for me anyways, not wearing the sock. It's when they take their shoes off and then they're trotting around the house with their little ones. In the little ones. And they're like running down the corridor with their little no-show socks. Like that is... Grow up. Get some
please grow up
proper socks.
Also, I said this a while ago. This would probably be mine. And I just always imagined like if you were single and then a grown-ass man asked for your Snapchat. That has to be the biggest dick I can think of at the moment. Yeah. Like if the way you communicate is via snaps, like subtle snaps, because you can't actually just have a conversation and ask someone out. What's that about?
But also, like, if you're over the age of 23 and still using Snapchat, I really think you have a problem.
Although
like,
I asked Ben the other day, and I was like, what? Surely not. He's like, it's literally just the boys just, like, sending each other, like, snaps of what they're doing for the day. And I was like...
Enough said, isn't it?
Go for it.
This is... Actually, I get this. When people lick their fingers before turning a page/menu/book.
I don't like that sound. Like
and then the page is wet, like the bottom of the page.
Like a soggy page.
Like
a soggy page. That's what it is.
Disgusting.
I've got 2 bedsheet related ones, and I didn't know this was such an issue. The first one is striped bed sheets, like teenage kid sheets. I'd even accept Pokemon over this. And then there was another one. Oh my God. Navy bed sheets. Just very specific. But yeah, I feel like just like...
Navy just gives like dirty, crusty man. Ugh. Yuck. Okay, when he crosses the road and does that awkward shuffle/run.
Oh, like not quite running, but quite running.
Yeah, like, you know when you cross the road and you see a car and then you're like, oh, better move quicker, but you don't run, like you don't commit to a full run, but you're not committing to a walk. You're like that awkward
it's like that
shuffle.
Awkward pace.
And they always have their hands in their pockets when they do it. They're like...
That's fucked.
That's actually fucked.
Straight leg trackies on anybody. As in like tight trackies?
I
can't imagine that.
Like non-cuffed on the ankle, like straight leg, no cuff on the ankle.
Oh, just down.
Yeah. I actually think there's a time and place for them. Like if you're like a cool chick and you've got like a cool street fashion kind of vibe, kind of like what I'm wearing today, except mine are cuffed.
You're a cool chick.
Yeah. Like you're a cool chick like me.
That's what I'm getting at.
No, but I mean like street kind of vibe.
If you're a cool chick, you could pretty much wear a garbage bag.
Honestly,
it doesn't
any chick can wear anything, to be honest. But yeah, like if you're got like a cool street fashion, but if you're wearing like them as like daggy and they've got holes and they're like super old, like
no,
yuck.
Yeah,
I get that. Men who have fishing photos as their display pictures, either on like a dating app or on Facebook.
That's Ick. Whenever I see that, I'm like, I don't know. Especially in a dating profile, like have just like one of you smiling.
Yeah,
I want to get
like something happy with no sunnies. I want to see your eyes because like it's all in the eyes.
You know what I love? One of my clients/friends has just submitted like 10 and she's gone ham. Like, and they're all very specific, related to clearly like previous experiences. So I'm just going to like rattle them off.
Go.
Because I agree with all of them. Guys who make me pay for everything all the time.
Oh, yeah.
That's a whole other question. But I think like always making you pay every single time is just not a really great...
I probably have a different view on this though, because I know there's quite a lot of women who think, you know, first date, the guy should pay.
Yeah.
I'll pay my way wherever I go.
Yeah.
Friendships, relationships, first dates, second dates, fucking 10th dates, whatever.
Yeah.
But if you're noticing that somebody's like awkwardly stepping away from the payment, like the payment spot every single time, or like not offering to pay the bill.
That's awkward.
It's just gross.
Yeah.
Like,
and
come on.
I don't also like in this situation, I know this person, like business owner, killing it, right? And I think that if someone making an assumption based on like you being able to or whatever is just that's not the situation. You should both just offer and then figure it out.
Absolutely.
And then on the flip side, I also think it's nice, like in a relationship, if someone's like, you know, booking it and like doing it for you, that's also a nice feeling, but it goes both ways.
Yeah.
Yeah. The other one she said was, when they bitch about their exes, they're not even there to defend themselves. I mean, that's a pretty shit vibe. Imagine if you're on a date with someone and they spend the whole time talking about their ex.
Yeah, gross.
Like,
I also think that's
a
red flag. Not that I've dated anyone in 4 years, because me and Amanda have been together for 4 years. I wouldn't even know how to date someone.
I have never used the dating app and I would not know what to do. I can't imagine
never used a dating app.
I wasn't around single when they existed, which makes you feel ancient. But back to that, I think that's just awkward. Like, imagine first or second date, you're just trying to get to know each other and they're just like, such and such is a bitch. Like, that's just terrible.
It's also red flag. Like, if you're talking, the first thing that's coming out of your mouth is how shitty your ex is. It's like, it always takes two to tango in any situation. And also on the first date,
no.
Probs not.
No, and emotional maturity is being like, that person wasn't for me, or like, we both could have done things differently.
Yeah.
So that's absolutely not it. And then men that dye their hair when they become single, that's way too niche.
That is so niche. That's about someone specific for sure.
Oh my God.
That is so funny. I've got one. Yeah. Men who don't cut their fingernails.
Oh, like just long. Like, I'm imagining Prisoner of Azkaban. Harry Potter.
Do you know what I'm imagining? You know, Scary Movie, Take My Strong Hand? That is exactly chicken. If you guys haven't watched Scary Movie,
I know exactly what you're talking
and he like puts the toothbrush in his mouth. He's like, save them for later. Ew, disgusting. That's what I'm imagining. But also, I think that goes for me both ways. I hate fake nails. Guys, I've got fake nails now. You love them. You always get your nails done. I'm on my nail trend at the moment. But if I have my natural nails, I have like short fingernails. Something about people that have
really, really long.
You know what it is? It's trauma. Are you ready? So I used to work at a video store, Blockbuster, my first ever job. It was a slay. I used to just watch movies for like 8 hours a day.
I really feel like you suited that job.
Oh, it was so good. Except I had weirdos come in. Like, I once had this guy come in. He had his daughter with him and he was like, do you guys have like any adult movies? And I was like 15. I was like MA 15 plus. Like, I don't know. And he's like, oh, you know, like Girls Gone Wild. And then I remember Googling Girls Gone Wild when I got home because I was like, what the fuck is that? If you don't know what Girls Gone Wild is, Google it. Anyways, I was like 15, scarred. But this guy that I used to work with had really naturally long nails, but he only kept his thumbs long.
I can't handle...
And he used to like flick through the DVDs with his long fingernails. And I think that is like the biggest ick for me. So I think nails for me goes both ways. Like, natural nails, keep them short. Fake nails, do your thing.
You know what I'm just going to add to this?
Men or women.
While we're on there.
Yeah.
But I just feel like personal hygiene for men in particular, like for both obviously, but it's just so nice. Just like clean and like well groomed.
Yes.
Yeah, love it.
Agree.
Yeah.
Like, you don't need to go and get a manicure, but like,
no,
don't look like a little crusty rat. You know what I mean?
Okay, I don't know what this, I can't visualize this, but someone submitted when they walk and pop their knees back with every step. I can't imagine that. The knees back.
I can like, ooh. Sorry. You just full knocked the mic. Hyperextension.
Oh, like...
Yeah, like they're fully like locking it in.
Every single one. Yeah, that's not good for you.
That can't be good
at
for
all.
The joints.
It's not.
Someone wrote in, running for public transport, the fucking worst.
Oh, it's also just embarrassing as a feeling.
So
like you're just running with a backpack. Like, I'm in my backpack era at the moment, right? Like, I love my backpack.
Yeah.
Because it's just been really handy with travel. But that look is reminding me of, like, Dora the Explorer. Like, every time I do it, I'm like, what is this?
I actually gave you and Siggy shit in Bali. Like, they both... I mean, it makes sense because my shoulder was fucking killing me. So, like, dicks on me for bringing a side shoulder bag. But...
That's what you get.
That's what I get. But they both look like little turtles, like little ninja turtles. I was like, guys, I love the idea of a backpack.
I'm so free though.
It makes so much sense. Like, I'm all for it, but it gives me the ick. It's like you're a high school teacher going on a fucking excursion with your children. You know what I mean?
I do. I feel that, but
it makes sense.
It honestly makes the most
sense. Okay, I have a couple of other ones.
I've got one as well.
Go.
People who chew really loudly with food in their mouth. I cannot stand.
That was literally my next one as well.
What the fuck?
But it was on Anonymous.
Mine is like... If I was talking, like if Ben was talking to me and he was like, had something in his mouth and then he was trying to tell me something important. Like, I can't take you seriously. Like, with anybody. Like, just give me some space. Have a couple chews.
That's an ick that I do.
Yeah.
And you guys would have just heard. So apparently I swallow really loud. Like whenever I'm swallowing a beverage, like water, I swallow really loud. And Amand has that ick. He hates hearing people chew.
Yeah.
And I don't chew with my mouth open, but I just chew
I feel like
loudly.
It's really loud, yeah.
And he always tells me off for it. He's like, can you stop fucking swallowing so loud or stop chewing so loud? I'm like, sorry, bro, I don't realize. And I can't stop it. Like, I can't help it. So I give myself the ick daily. And I also talk with my mouth full. Because
I do stuff all the time.
But I also don't blame myself for that. I blame other people. Like, why are you asking me questions when I'm eating? But you know what I mean? Like, imagine we're talking and I'm about to put a mouthful in, and then you're asking me something like, what? Am I going to sit there for 30 seconds while you just watch me chew, like staring into my eyes?
No.
That's an ick as well.
For sure.
Okay.
Only having one pillow on the bed.
Yeah, ick. Like,
surely
you've got to have display
You've got to have a couple there.
Yeah.
That's pretty sad. Just imagine like the look of a double and there's just one single pillow.
So sad.
No.
Watching a show and then pausing it to explain the story to me like I haven't been even fucking watching it with him the whole time.
I feel like that's just like not micromanaging, but just being like, do you get where we're at?
That's so funny. Beach brand board shorts with the shoelace style tie up at the front. So board shorts, and it's got the lace tie up at the front. That's
I'm imagining on the same breath like a Velcro wallet.
Yuck, I forgot they even existed. Yuck.
Yeah, because I just feel like there's Velcro happening for both of those.
Oh, nah. All right, let's have another little... There is so many. I don't even know where to start.
Only follows Insta models. I mean, I'm not...
That's an ick.
That would be an ick. Because if you were single and then they only followed them, you'd be like, what's your vibe? Like, are you... Yeah, I don't get that.
I remember when I was single and like guys would talk to me, the first thing I would do, maybe this is like chaotic of me, is I'd check their Instagram followers. Not to see like, oh my God, they're following girls. But like if you're only following... chicks and you follow like 3 dudes, that doesn't give me any sort of like security to
where are your friends as well?
That's what I mean. Like, where are your friends? Where are the people that you speak to every day?
Family.
What's going on with that?
Yeah.
Whatever. And usually those are the guys that are the ones that crack it at you for following guys on Instagram.
That's also such a red
That's
flag.
a generalization, but it's facts.
Nah, not a fan of that.
The horrid glute squeeze at the top of a squat or an RDL. I literally did a fucking reel on that.
Did you submit one for yourself?
Me, they're all my icks, imagine.
100%.
Oh no, this one actually makes me so sad. But like, and this happens to me all the time. Oh no. When someone tells a joke, but nobody hears it, so they
have
say
to
it
repeat
again.
it.
So they say it again and then everyone's just silent.
You know what kills me? When you think something's funny, but you don't deliver it very well, but then you say it again.
Yeah, don't.
Like, same thing. Like, it actually kills me.
Oh, that makes me want to die. How many times are you, like, in a group setting and someone just speaks over the top of you and you're like, I'll just go fuck myself then? Like, you actually want to die.
100%.
The fucking worst. Okay, let's go one more each and then we're wrapping it up because I would be here all day. Oh, having that Instagram unfollow app that checks when people unfollow you. I've never had this. I didn't even know that this was still a thing. I remember in high school this was like huge. Like all of my girlfriends had it.
I think that they're dodgy as in like I wouldn't let another account into my Instagram because I would be afraid that they would like
hack it.
Hack it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also never pay attention to who follows me, but actually sometimes I go into my insights and see that like 80 people have unfollowed me.
Yeah, for sure.
So like who cares?
Yeah, but like I've done that, like look in my insights and then if someone hadn't popped up for a while, I'd be like, oh they're gone.
Yeah. And like whatever. It's not like
I don't really care.
Know.
I care about probably 10 people's opinion.
Yeah, if that.
Like probably 6, sorry.
Yeah.
I was a bit generous there.
Yeah, I was going to say.
But like a while ago, that would have really killed me. I would have been like, oh no, but like I just don't care anymore.
Nah. I used to be the same. Like if somebody didn't like me, I
For
thought you
sure.
were just giving me the finger then.
Yeah.
I actually just thought you
Yeah.
did that to me. I was like, whoa, okay. But I used to be like that. Like if somebody didn't like me or I noticed that they unfollowed me or whatever, I would be like, oh my God, have I done something wrong? Like I really want to make sure that this person's okay. And now I'm just like, see ya.
Also, yeah.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. But also, you don't really need to try that hard to show people your point of view to people that are meant for you.
No.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I'll go one more. There's a lot of Snapchat ones. I've got 3 here. Snapchat username and bio. Only uses Snapchat. Asks for your Snapchat. So if
Snapchat's an it, guys.
Snapchat's an it. If you're a single guy trying to meet girls, let's just say Snapchat as your main form of communication is out.
It's in the bin.
It's in the bin because that is all females that have responded to that. So I think it's a pretty unanimous.
Literally.
Unanimous? Unanimous.
Yeah.
We got
I was
there.
about to say anonymous, so whatever.
Add to it.
We're done.
We could keep going, but we're done.
Yeah, we're done.
We're done. Thank you so much for listening, guys. If you'd like to leave us, please do leave us a 5-star rating because it really does help get.
We have a goal.
Do we?
I have a personal goal that Gemma's now involved in.
Of a certain amount of reviews, yeah.
I want to get 100 views.
For sure.
100 views. 100 reviews on Spotify.
Yep.
I think we're currently sitting at 68.
Yep.
So if you're listening today and you had a fucking laugh and you think we're funny, as you should, please leave us a 5-star review. It
We
really
would love that.
helps
Yep.
getting this podcast out to more people so we can have wider impact, which is why we're here.
100%. And you can find us on YouTube, Spotify, and our little snippets on Instagram.
And we love you guys. Bye.
Bye. Cute.
That was so good. We don't even need to edit a single bit of that.
Nah. Skittle time.
Yeah.
I also kind of want my other half of the bagel. Do we wait till we're halfway through? Do you reckon I have to get some water from somewhere?
Yeah. Do you want my dirty fucking mouth?
You did not sell it to me.
I don't know what's in that.
Ben bought a wooden
Must be
toothbrush the other day, and the wooden
That's
toothbrush
an ick
went
of
moldy.
mine.
Like, as in because it's wood,
Oh,
it like grew mold on it.
But do you know the feeling
It's
of
not
a wooden toothbrush on your tongue? That's an ick of mine. Add that into the fucking episode. All right, let's get changed.
I'm just gonna put. Oh, I'm so glad I packed. Actually, I can leave in this thing. I might just put a white singlet over the top.
I'm just putting. Sorry, my fucking yits. Not that you've never seen them before, doll.
No.
Hello and welcome. Please do not vape or drink alcohol inside.
You are not the boss of me.
I feel like we're giving cracky energy today and I kind of love it. That was a really fun episode.
I felt like I was slow.
No.